You know how like when you and your friends are all in a group and you're all hanging out together and you're talking about like stuff from the past, you're talking about memories. Like high school, for example. You know how people are always like, oh, back in high school I used to party all the time, or back in high school I used to skip class all the time, or back in high school I used to hang out with this person. But, well, for me, back in high school I used to be friends with a murderer. A freaking killer.
Team mobbing, when I come around, got the whole thing wobbing, wobbing, wobbing. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbing.
Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you guys are new to this channel and you like what you see, be sure to click that subscribe button and click that little bell icon so that you can be notified of everything that goes on this channel. And also, guys, real quick, I would like to go ahead and announce that I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. It was really long, 5 years in the making. 5 years. 5 freaking years to get 1,000 subscribers. So to show my appreciation, I'm going to be making some freaking sweet merch. A lot of people have been asking me for a while to make some merchandise, so if you guys want that, it's coming. Go ahead and comment below though real quick and let me know what kind of merchandise you would like to see. If you want a t-shirt, what kind of graphic you would like to have on that. So comment below. So I am straight up not lying. I used to be friends with a killer in high school. Can't tell this story seriously, like I have to be me when I tell it. Alright, so when I was in high school, I had like this very little group of friends that I hung out with. I did have a best friend, and you guys know what that's like. It's like the friends that like you can't be separated. You guys are always with each other no matter what happens. And it was like that ever through middle school. Like I think it was like the 6th grade. So like ever since we were like 12 years old, we were always by each other's side. And then we had this other kid that hung out with us all the time. And we weren't best friends by any means. We were just kind of friends. We were token buddies, if you know what I mean. We used to smoke weed together. He was like the one you would scope out in the hallways and be like, that dude's fucking weird, okay? Like, he was the type of kid that if you were a jock, you would probably pick him up and dunk him into trash cans. Or if you were like the school bully, you would like shove him in the locker and close it, or give him a wedgie, or take his lunch money, or I don't know. Shit like that is what you would think of when you saw this kid. I had always thought there was something off with this guy. Like, even before I got a chance to know him, even before we were kind of friends, I always thought, like, you know, this dude is gonna be a future serial killer. But goddamn, I was right. And real quick, like, I thought maybe I shouldn't say this kid's name because of reasons, but you know, whatever. He's in prison now. What's the worst that's gonna happen? His name was Austin, okay? Austin was a very unique individual. Okay, like, we didn't even start hanging out until our senior year of high school. That's when I really got to know him pretty good. I remember we had art class together, and he would always wear, like, this really long leather jacket, like he had just came out of the Matrix before he came to school. And I always thought that was a little weird, you know, but whatever, dude. You do you, boo-boo, okay? Whatever. He was always, like, the one you would see walking down the hallway by himself, like, mumbling stuff to himself. I don't know if he was plotting deaths. I don't know if he was saying some sort of a spell. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but that's what he did. Remember, like, he had this Camaro that he talked about all the time. Like, it was like the greatest car ever, and it really wasn't, because it was a freaking V6. Of course, one Friday after school, he took us for a ride in his Camaro and went like 120 miles an hour down the road like it was nothing. Like, it didn't even faze the dude at all. Like, he wasn't even scared. I was fucking scared, okay? Like, I thought this is gonna be the day that I die. I'm not even fully 18 yet. I don't know what to do. So after that horrific incident of terror was over, he was like, do you guys want to come back and hang out at my place for a little bit this weekend? And we're like, yeah, sure, man, that's cool. Are your parents gonna be cool with it? And he's like, oh no, I live alone. And I'm like, hold up. You're not even 18 yet. How do you live on your own? Like, how is this possible? Tell me your secrets, because me as a teenager, I'm thinking, this is awesome. I'm gonna find out, like, I guess his mom and his stepdad were tired of dealing with him, because he was kind of a wild child. You know, he rebelled a lot, which is normal for a teenager. But I guess he rebelled a little too much, so they're like, you know what, we're done with you. We're gonna kick you out of our house, but we're also gonna put you in an apartment and pay for it, just to keep you out of our hair. That's what his mom would do. Like, I remember she would come over at times when we were at his apartment, and just like say, oh, you're grounded. Give me the keys to your car. I'm taking them. Like, the car that he paid for, she would take the keys from, and like, he would have no way to get to school. So there were like days that he wouldn't be at school for like days or weeks, and we knew why. It's because his mom took his keys. He didn't have a way to get to school. He couldn't ride the bus either. And if you think that his mom kicking them out of their house, moving him into an apartment, taking his car keys away from him at random times so that he didn't have a way to get to school is kind of odd or off. Well, you haven't met his dad, because that's beyond fucked up. I didn't meet his dad until after we were out of high school. Like, we went like a year without talking to each other or hanging out. I was working a full-time job, and I was also going to college. And I kind of matured a bit as an adult. Like, I didn't want to be around people that were smoking weed all the time again. I didn't want to do that again, so I just didn't really keep in touch with people. But lo and behold, he just shows up to my house one random night. My mom knocks on my bedroom door and says, "Hey, your weird fucking friend Austin is here." I'm like, great. Oh, he's like, "Hey man, what's going on? You want to come hang out with me at my dad's house? I live there now. I moved in with my dad after high school." I'm like, "Sure, why not? I have nothing better to do right now. So yeah, man, let's go hang out." And I remember this like it was yesterday because I could never get this out of my head. We walk into the living room, right? And like his dad is just laying there on the couch with a blanket over him, watching porn. Like it's nothing. Like it's a normal thing. Like all families do this together on a Saturday night. Like let's just all sit in the living room after dinner and watch some fucking porn. That is not normal. He doesn't like turn it off right away or like try to hide the fact that he was just watching porn out in the open like it was nothing. No, he's just like, "Hey guys, I'm Austin's dad. I'm gonna postpone that handshake there, buddy. I don't want to touch any part of your body, let alone your beat off hand. Please put some pants on." This dude is straight up sitting on the couch, still with his blanket around him, trying to have a freaking conversation with us while a girl is getting railed on the TV in the background. What the fuck? So like we go downstairs to his room, which is in the basement of all places, and like his room was beyond strange. Okay, like he had all of these alcohol bottles all along the walls, and he bragged about how he had drank all of these within like a weekend. He had like guns just chilling there on the side of the bed. He had like knives and stuff. He had like bongs and one-hitters and stuff. Things that you wouldn't normally find in somebody's room who's not a psychopath. And I remember like his first words when we stepped into his dojo. He was like, "Pretty impressive, huh?" I guess if you're planning on shooting up a school or a small family or whatever, then yeah, I guess it's cool. But like again, we kind of like went our separate ways after that. We never really talked at all. Or anything. But I remember like in 2013, like I had gotten a text on my phone and I didn't recognize the number, but it was him. And he was like, "Hey man, how's it going? This is Austin. Do you remember me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I remember you. What's up, man?" And he said, "Oh, not much. I was wanting to know if maybe you wanted to hang out tonight or something, or go driving around or something. I got something pretty cool going on. I got something planned that I wanted to do. Are you free?" And at this time, I had already been working at my factory job that I'd hated for like the past year already. I was already a year in at this job, and I was like, "No, man, I can't. I work nights at this company. There's no way I can hang out with you tonight, bro. I'm sorry. Maybe on the weekend we can get together and do something." And in my mind, I'm thinking I don't want to hang out with you this weekend at all. But I was just trying to be nice and, you know, just give him the benefit of the doubt. I remember that same night, I was coming back inside from my lunch break, and I had gotten a text from my mom, and I read the text, and it said, "Hey, there was a really bad shooting here in town. One person was killed, and they think that Austin is the shooter." After I got like over the initial shock, I remember I texted my mom back. I was like, well, what did he do? Like, why did he shoot somebody? What happened? And she said, "There's no details yet. We don't really know anything as far as right now. The police haven't released any other information." So like the next day we had found out what happened because it was all over Facebook, it was all over the news, it was all over everything. Apparently Austin had an ex-girlfriend that he had kids with, and I guess that, she had broken up with him and gotten another boyfriend, and she was happy with this guy or something. I don't really know. Austin was mad about it, so he had like been plotting to kill his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend. And like he went to this dude's house or her house or her parents' house or something. Yeah, it was her parents' house because he went there and she was there and her boyfriend was there, and I guess like he tried to like pop the boyfriend in the face with the gun, and like the gun didn't fire right away, and like he tried to run away, and like as he was running away, he turned around and fired the gun again and accidentally shot his ex-girlfriend's dad in the head and killed him. You guys don't know this kid or anything, like nobody knows him like I do, but if I had to put money on it, I would almost say that he had literally planned this for a long time. Like, I guarantee you, he sat in his car and thought about it and went over this plan millions of times in his head, sat at home and planned it out, like step by step what he was gonna do, because that's the kind of person he was. Like, he was fucking crazy in the head. Like, I just know how his mind was working at this time. Like, I just know how he was planning this out. It's not like he just decided to do it. No, he planned it out. Like, I know him. I know how he thought. Remember, like, his court appearances and the trial and stuff when it was going on. Like, I would watch clips of it on TV, and like I would look at his mugshots and stuff on Facebook and on the internet, and like you could tell there was just like no emotion, like at all. Or like on Facebook, people were bashing him, saying like, this dude was always fucking weird in high school, this dude was a loser in high school, he was always crazy. Yeah, true, but like, you didn't know him like we did, like our group of friends did. Nobody knew him like we did. It's like nobody gave, like, it's like he didn't really have a chance though. Like, nobody gave him a chance. Freaking mom just moved him out of their house because she didn't want to deal with him. Like, you don't do that to a teenager at all. Like, you just don't do that to your child. And like, his dad was, you know, more concerned with watching porn than he was trying to get to know his own son, let alone probably didn't even know what his own child was doing downstairs in the basement with drinking and collecting guns and knives and all that shit. Like, he just, his family and home life just wasn't the greatest, and he never really had a fighting chance. And we as his friends, we didn't know this stuff. Like, we knew how he was, but we didn't know that he had like had children or that he was plotting to murder somebody. We didn't know that. It's just weird thinking about this still, because it's somebody that I was somewhat close with, that I used to hang out with, that was like a part of my life growing up. And now, you know, he's in prison, and he's never gonna get to experience what it's like to be an adult. He's just gonna stare at four walls all day, and that's gonna be his life until he dies. What are your guys' crazy stories? Do you have any weird memories from high school or from your childhood that you would like to leave in the comments down below? I would love to know what you guys think. What did you guys think of the story? Did you think it was messed up? Did you think it was wrong of me to tell the story, to put it on YouTube? It's a story that I've been wanting to tell for a while. I just didn't really know how to say it or whether or not I should make it or not. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it. I'm going to put it up and give it to you guys. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.